First semester at Vanguard has been really exciting, obviously full of lots of firsts. I think for us, when you created this school on a whiteboard really over the last 18 months, and then as this semester's progressed, we've got to see kind of those ideas off the whiteboard become a real experience for students and school for staff. And I think at the end of the semester, we got to see products and projects that students have been working on, and it just kind of encompasses all this growth that students had over the semester, and it was a really fulfilling experience for us to kind of go, man, we're at the end of the first semester, and we said we were going to create this place, and we have. It's been really cool. So our enrollment process is open for all current 8th grade students in Broken Arrow Public Schools, and then any family that honestly resides in Broken Arrow Public School boundary, then maybe their child doesn't go to Broken Arrow schools right now. And so we'll open up enrollment application process almost at the end of January. We open until I think March 4th is the date. And then once students apply, we'll connect with staff members at their sites to get feedback. We'll narrow that pool down for some interviews, and we'll accept students. Next year, we'll accept 75 students that are current 8th graders that'll be in our 9th grade class. And of those 75 students, we'll have 25 in one of our programs called BAD Lab, Broken Arrow Design Lab, and we'll have another 50 in another program called Expo, which is short for exposition. Yeah, so essentially we have 3 programming options on our campus. The first one is an innovative elective option. Students from BAFA or Broken Arrow High School can enroll in like 1 or 2 classes on our campus throughout the day, and that happens through the normal enrollment process. Our 2 full-time programs are for 9th through 12th grade students. They are full-time programs. That means students come over here essentially all day long and go to school. We did design the school where students can go back 6th hour to take a class, elective class, mostly athletics and arts. About half of our students currently go back to their kind of home site, either high school or BAFA, to take a class 6th hour. And our 2 programs, the first one is called Expo. It's a kind of traditional project-based learning program. So in that program, when the student gets their core credits, they're essentially doing a project that combines English, math, science, and social studies into one project. And then that project connects to all the standards and those core content areas, and that's how students earn credit for graduation. Our second program is called BAD Lab. It's short for Broken Arrow Design Lab. That has a human-centered design focus. That program is a little bit different. The core classes are a little bit different. And then the goal of that program is allow students to really kind of pursue human-centered design solutions in the world to problems, or find something they're really passionate about and they get to pursue it. We're really fortunate on our campus that when you create a school from scratch that has a kind of a unique approach to school, you're going to attract staff members that are really excited about a unique approach to school. Part of that is just their connection to kids in class. They're very focused on building relationships with students on the campus. And when you're on a small campus like this, it's easier to do that than maybe a larger building. Our staff is also very innovative in what they do, right? They've kind of said like, hey, I have an opportunity to build these experiences from scratch. And that was kind of my goal as the director, say, hey, how do we get awesome people together and say, hey, go create what we call irresistible experience for students. And man, we've had some really cool things happen this semester. At the end of the semester, in our Expo program, we had some of our freshmen got to build a garden that told the whole story of Oklahoma history. That was a really awesome project. Our sophomores built and designed a city from scratch. So from my end, when I think about the staff, I'm like, man, this school doesn't happen unless you have really great staff that's going to drive the programming experiences for students, and I feel like that's what we have here. Essentially, Vanguard in our full-time programming has 4 foundational components. Those 4 foundational components, the first one is we're holistic in our approach. Holistic in our approach means we're trying to grow students in 4 areas. We're not focused on a single subject academically to try to grow students in, let's say, algebra or physical science. We're trying to grow students holistically in knowledge, skills, creativity, and mindset. In fact, we have 2 types of transcripts. We have a transcript that's called a mastery transcript. The mastery transcript has those 4 areas: knowledge, skills, creativity, mindset, on that transcript. We also have that traditional transcript because families might need that at some point when the kid's trying to compete for a scholarship. But our goal really is to be holistic in our approach and focus on those 4 areas. Second thing we do differently is we're interdisciplinary. It's rare that a student goes to a single subject class on our campus. Most of the time when they go to a class, it's going to be more than 1 subject combined. The third thing is we're competency-based. We're focused on growth and not grades. And so really all our students, we measure growth through rubrics that our staff has built out to measure that knowledge, skills, creativity, and mindset. So we don't focus on trying to get an A. We're focused on how can we grow this student the most possible. And then the last thing we do is we're really focused on a high degree of student voice and choice. So as students become juniors and seniors on our campus, we want to get them to a place where they're picking something they're passionate about or finding a problem they want to solve in the world. And our goal is to support them as they go and pursue that passion or solve that problem. We have a really unique advisory on our campus. So the first thing that families should know is the first year on our campus, our advisory teachers do home visits. And everybody's like, don't come to my house, that's fine, we'll meet you somewhere else. But our goal is just to build a relationship between the school and the family. And then we have 3 goals in our advisory. Our advisory is every single day, the first 30 minutes. The first goal is just simple about connection. We want to make sure that when students are in our program, they know other students' names and stories within our program. We don't want them to be April and then go like, hey, to some kid at Walmart, and the mom goes, who's that kid? And they go, I don't know, he's on my campus, right? So that's the first part. Second part is adult springboard. We want to teach kids how to change a tire and tie a tie. They've already learned self-defense and some things like that. And then the third thing is wayfinding. We have a really cool curriculum from Stanford University called Project Wayfinder. It helps students define what their purpose is in life and find belonging in the world. And we feel like if they're able to do that, they're going to be happier and healthier adults. People always ask us, like, what kind of kid comes there? And what we talk about a lot is we're looking for students just that want a different educational experience. That's really what it's about. It doesn't have to be a kid that has straight A's. I mean, on our campus right now, we have kids that are 2 years advanced in math. We have kids that failed 2 classes last year. And our population is essentially kind of a snapshot of Broken Arrow High School's population. We have students that are served by special education. We have free reduced lunch students, right? Our goal is really just to serve a diverse group of students that are seeking a new approach kind of to school. Vanguard Academy is this really incredible kind of a STEM facility, so to speak, right? It's a very open concept. We have a really incredible makerspace on our campus with a full-time makerspace teacher, has 3D printer, sewing machine, laser cutters. We have what we call a manufacturing shop as well. It has welders in it, welding booths and some saws and a plasma cutter. And so actually our goal is that every full-time student's first semester on our campus, they learn every piece of equipment. Our goal is to get them to a place where they're able to make things and create things, and that's part of their projects and products that they work on. So man, our facility is incredible. We have a pond, we have our agriculture barns on campus, and so we feel like our facility is really designed to support the kind of approach that we've taken here at Vanguard Academy in regard to our full-time program. So when we designed Vanguard, our goal was really to ensure that as many students possible had an opportunity to participate here in a part-time or full-time program, but also still be connected to the things that they're incredibly involved in at Broken Arrow High School or Broken Arrow Freshman Academy. That can include athletics or arts or clubs, dances, right? Student section, things like that. We have several kids in the Pride of Broken Arrow this year. We have students in show choir. Our students on this Vanguard campus, they're just like part of the student body at either BAFA if they're freshmen or Broken Arrow High School. They go to the same homecoming dance. They're going to go to the same graduation ceremony, right? They're essentially part of that student body at Broken Arrow High School and BAFA when it comes to arts, athletics, and activities.